Never, ever talk to police without an attorney. They are not your friend. They are not there to help you. You must follow the law. The law says... Glorious. Is it a lawsuit? Probably. Why not? Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law with Attorney Larry Forman. Folks, today we're going to continue with Sergeant Schmidt in the Brian Walsh hearing and the disappearance of Anna Walsh. If you're not yet subscribed, why are you not subscribed? Hit that subscribe button. Today we are going to continue with this fascinating hearing, getting into the eye of the mind of the alleged killer in the disappearance of Anna Walsh. He tried to cover up his tracks. He tried to look innocent. Here you go. Look at my iPads. Look at my phone. Look at this. Look in the car. Oh, yeah, by the way. Oh, there are those searches about how to dismember a body? Just don't worry about those. I was just Googling that because I felt like it. Maybe my kid was doing that, looking into some sort of information. The plastic in the back of the Volvo? Don't worry about that either. I removed it. Destruction of evidence potentially being charged here. Not the problem, not your problem. Don't worry about it. What is going on? Sergeant Schmidt, will you please continue to tell us what has happened in this case?
With that, though, I do believe at this point in time, thanks to co-counsel, that I've marked the transcripts and the audio files of the 4 interviews.
Okay.
So I do believe that they're in evidence.
And there's no objection to any of those 4 interviews, the audio tape and the transcript?
There is not.
Thank you.
So I have nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, cross-examination.
Cross-examination.
Let's go. This comes the fun part. Oh, boy.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Were you present on January 6th of 2023 when devices were retrieved from Mr. Walsh?
No.
Were you present on January 7th of 2023 when the devices were returned to Mr. Walsh?
Yes.
When you talked on direct examination about this plastic sheet that was in the rear of the Volvo SUV, you were just asked a question a moment ago about how when you looked at the Volvo a second time on another day, the plastic sheet was missing.
Correct.
It's fair to say, and it's accurate to say, isn't it, that at that moment, Mr. Walsh was asked about the missing plastic sheet, and he pointed to the officers and said, "It's in the trash."
Yes.
Oh, that's big. So the prosecutor didn't get the full story. I didn't, discard, destroy, and, remove the plastic sheet. Bro, if you want it, it's right over there. That's night and day. What is the prosecutor hiding? Why is the prosecutor hiding this information? This makes no sense. Dude, it sounds like you've got a good case, or so I thought. Why would you... I don't understand. Why would you not simply ask the question, was it discarded? Yes. Did you have access to it? Yes. He gave us half a story. I was on board. I truly did not know that the piece of plastic was right there in the trash. You can go take a look at it if you want. I have nothing to hide in that regard. I mean, he's got a lot of things to hide, but that's besides the point. Come on, man. Well, we have to learn through cross-examination. That piece of information, that's unacceptable. The prosecutor should have done a better job.
Retrieve the plastic sheet in the trash?
No.
So you didn't even care.
You've described, based on your review of the taped interviews,
Weird. Very weird.
that you were present for, that the taped interviews are an accurate representation of what happened, and the transcript is an accurate representation of what was stated during those interviews, correct?
Yes.
And you've said repeatedly that there was background noise, correct?
Correct.
And the background noise included dog barking, correct?
Yes.
And that dog's name is Luna?
Hans.
And it's the name of the
Dog's name is Hans?
Dog's name is Hans.
Okay.
Hans. The dog, when you listen to those taped recordings, you can hear that barking go on and off during different periods of time during the recording, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, when you listen to those recordings, you can hear other people talking in the background at times, can't you?
Yes.
And it's fair to say then that during these interviews that you testified to on direct examination, there were times when it was hard to even hear what was going on, correct?
Can you repeat that, please?
There were times during these interviews that you testified to on direct...
That was a simple question. I suspect that Sergeant Schmidt did not know how to answer that, so he needed more time to answer that question. That's why he asked for it to be repeated. That made no sense. That was a very direct and simple question, Sergeant Schmidt. Why are you trying to find a different way to answer the question other than simply answering it? I don't quite understand it. I don't quite get it. But okay, let's keep watching. Have you or someone you love been injured as a result of someone else's negligence? Or worse, you lost a loved one because of it? I am attorney Larry Forman, and myself and my team of trial lawyers are ready to fight for you and get you the maximum compensation allowable under the law. We know the system. We know how to win anywhere in the United States, 24 hours a day. Call 1-844-77-4-HURT. That's 1-844-77-4-HURT. And let's get you every dollar you deserve. Dial that number and buckle up. Let's win this ride.
Direct examination. And let's focus on the interview of January 5th and the interview of January 7th. There were times when it was even hard to hear everything that was going on.
Yes.
It's also accurate, isn't it, that when you began asking Mr. Walsh questions on January 5th, there is a statement that is made that people are very loud, made in the context of all this background noise.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Was that a question?
But you said you reviewed the transcript, right?
I do. I just don't understand the question.
That, in fact, in the transcript, there's a specific reference to people being very loud.
I don't recall.
And as I'm looking for that, I'll just keep asking you questions until I find it. Page 19. Mr. Walsh showed you that he was having a hard time sleeping, correct?
Yes.
Said he was having a hard time thinking, correct?
Yes.
He told you that, and this is on January 5th, he told you, I didn't sleep well last night.
Yes.
He told you, hopefully he tried to get some sleep that night, January 5th.
I don't recall that portion.
All right.
Well, if it's in the interview, it's in the interview. It wasn't
And at one point, now your rank now is what?
Sergeant.
So start to call you Detective Sergeant Schmidt. At one point at the beginning of this interview, you in fact stated that you were getting distracted.
Which interview? I'm sorry.
January 5th. January 5th.
Yes.
And that distraction, once again, was the result of all this background noise and the dog barking and things like that.
Yes.
I want to jump to this email that was introduced into evidence regarding Richard Walker. When did you first come into possession of that email?
It was sent to me with the timestamp on the email. I believe it was early morning hours of the 7th.
Okay. You knew nothing about Richard Walker and this email before you received it?
Correct.
And once you received it, did you conduct some kind of investigation?
I notified my supervisors that I had received it.
When you refer, during this testimony regarding this motion, when you refer to supervisors, are you referring to Cohasset Police Department supervisors? Are you referring to Mass State Police?
Cohasset Police Supervisor.
Okay, and who would that be?
Detective Lieutenant Lopes.
Lopes.
Yes.
So Detective Lieutenant Lopes was your supervisor?
Correct.
Okay. So did you talk to Mr. Walsh on January 5th and ask him questions then about this Richard Walker email? And I gather the answer is no, correct?
What was
On
the date
January
you just-
5th.
What was the date?
January 5th.
Okay.
Not on the 5th.
And you first asked him questions on January 7th, correct?
Trooper DeChico did.
Okay. Were you present?
I was.
And did you ask to look at his phone to see if he had any text messages or anything from Richard Walker?
Not specific to Richard Walker.
Okay. And that was the end of that conversation, basically, on January 7th regarding Richard Walker.
Yes.
Wouldn't you be interested if there is an alleged individual out there, which again, I don't think really exists. I think Richard Walker, Brian Walsh, they're the same person. But Richard Walker, this alleged individual who have allegedly kidnapped Anna Walsh, wouldn't you want to investigate at least a little bit? Unless you truly believe like there is no such thing as as this kidnapper and we're just going to call it a day. Which is fine too, but like I think he should clarify. I think Sergeant Schmidt, again, I don't understand his problem is, why is he not being as transparent as I was? Oh, it's because he's a cop. Right. Thank you for reminding me.
You testified on direct examination that during the January 5th interview, at some point, Trooper Chico asked if he could look at the contents of Mr. Walsh's phone.
Yes.
When he made that request, he being Trooper DeChico, he didn't make any other request at that time to look at any iPad, correct?
Correct.
And he didn't make any type of request to look at anything like a MacBook or anything of that sort, correct?
Correct.
And when you testified on direct examination that Trooper DeChico said our words to the effect of we want to download the entire content. You were talking about the entire contents of the cell phone?
Correct.
It was explained to Mr. Walsh, though, at that point, wasn't it, that what you were looking for, and when I say you, I'm talking about you and Trooper DeChico and people who were involved in this January 5th interview. You specifically told Mr. Walsh at that time that you wanted to look at information to try to understand Anna.
Yes.
And you specifically said in that same sentence, and when I apologize, Trooper DeChico specifically said, look through your phone and consent to us downloading your phone and seeing some of the communication between you and her, correct?
Correct.
And her meaning Anna Walsh.
Yes.
And then you referred to on direct examination to the use of tone. Trooper DeChico said something about her tone, correct?
Yes.
Now, Sergeant Schmidt, fair to say, isn't it, that when Mr. Walsh is being told we want to look at the tone, I mean, what that references, isn't it, is to see if whatever communications you might find on the phone, if they were communications that showed some anger or some happiness or some argument or something like that, correct?
Sure.
Correct.
And so you wanted to see if the communications that you were talking to Mr. Walsh about at that moment, if they indicated something like any arguing going on between the two, or in fact the opposite. If the communications that they were talking to Mr. Walsh about were affectionate and showed no signs of arguing. That's fair to say, isn't it?
Yes.
And Trooper DeChico then went further and said, yeah, we want to look at things like if there are things that were sent and received on your phone, correct?
Yes.
Sent and received, and that is in the context of communications, isn't it?
Yes.
Obviously.
Now, then this request of Mr. Walsh goes on, and Trooper DeChico then says, or asks Mr. Walsh, it'd be helpful if we can create a permanent timeline of the events of the 1st, the 31st, and the 1st, and maybe get a better insight into Anna, correct?
Yes.
Makes sense. Unlike, not to be confused with the Jennifer McCabe timeline, which is the matriarch that controls all of the anti-Karen Reed lackeys that were creating a story on how to frame an innocent woman. This was a little bit different. This was about figuring out if Brian Walsh had anything to do with the disappearance of Anna Walsh and if his story is going to be later mismatched in the future. Very, very important, very, very different, and very, very crucial and critical.
Mr. Walsh was asked, are you okay with that? Correct?
I don't explicitly remember that part.
Do you remember Mr. Walsh saying
Convenience?
anything of the sort like, just to be clear, you want to download everything on my phone?
Yes.
So it's fair to say that the first time Trooper DeChico mentioned downloading all the contents of the phone, Mr. Walsh began to ask questions about all the content? It's fair to say that, isn't it?
Correct.
At no time in this exchange that we just discussed in this cross-examination, this exchange that occurred on January 5th, when the subject was first brought up to look through Mr. Walsh's phone, there was no conversation or request to look at anything like location data, was there?
No.
You never said, and Trooper DeChico never asked, if he could look at the phone contents for anything like search history or anything of the sort, correct?
Correct.
In fact, the only subject matter, the only characterization of the subject matter that Trooper DeChico talked about and asked Mr. Walsh about used the word communications, correct?
Earth.
I think I have to refer to the transcript to make a definitive agreement with that.
Okay, so
Right?
he doesn't remember. That's fine. That's okay. Refresh his recollection, counselor. That's no
By
problem.
the way, Judge, if I may, and I apologize, I'd like to inquire if Trooper DeChico is in fact going to testify. I thought we were told he was, but I know today
Well, we'll get to the,
I don't intend to call.
He doesn't remember. That's okay. It's been a while. 2.5 years.
Then it's fair to say, isn't it, that when Mr. Walsh asked about the entire contents, he was told by Trooper DeChico that we will download, with the extraction, we'll download all the contents to your phone, yes.
He may not know the
Right?
answer
Yes.
to this, but he does. Okay.
Trooper DeChico never stated that they were going to review or analyze or look at the entire contents of his phone, did he?
Correct.
Wait a second. We're going to download it, but he was never informed that we're going to review it? Then what's the point of downloading it in the first place, right? They failed to inform Brian that they're going to review it. They're just going to download it? This makes no sense. I need some clarification here. Let's see if we get it.
And then Mr. Walsh said something to the effect of, that's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
And then,
especially if he uses his phone for
fair to say, isn't it, that you said something to the effect of, well, what we're focusing on is, well, we're interested in, yes, it downloads everything. This is you talking. But what we're interested in is locating Anna and finding the information specifically in there that would help us do that. The Anna-specific content, correct?
Yes.
And in that statement you made to Mr. Walsh, you never said anything, you, Sergeant Schmidt, you never said anything about looking at search history or location data or anything of the sort, correct?
Correct.
But you did say that you're going to download everything. You didn't specify location, data, search history, and all that. I wonder if that's important. Because in their motion to suppress, I imagine the defense attorney here probably said something along the lines of they started searching outside the scope of what they were permitted to do. Because remember, there was no consent form signed, there was no search warrant, and this is where they're running into some very heavy issues. Oh, this is getting interesting.
And
Wow.
Mr. Walsh then once again said something to the effect of, well, that's a huge amount of data.
Yes.
He was asked about what his concern was, correct?
Yes.
And he actually first responded, I don't know, correct?
I don't recall that.
Do you recall him being asked, during this particular part of the January 5th, 2023 interview, that he was asked, well, are there other legal issues? Do you remember that? And if you don't, it's fine.
Trooper DeChico did say that.
He asked him that.
He asked if it was the other legal issues.
And do you recall what Mr. Walsh responded?
In the affirmative.
He said that's one of them, correct? And if you don't remember, I don't want to put words in your mouth. If you don't remember, that's fine.
Correct. Yeah. Excuse me. I don't remember that exact exchange.
Okay. May I approach, Your Honor? And I'm
Yes.
looking at Page 40.
Refresh his memory. I've been waiting for this. He keeps jumping to the next question, which is fine. I understand he's got a job to do, but if the sergeant doesn't remember,
13.
just refresh his recollection. Give him the document, let him review.
what's the page number, counsel?
Clearly, it's a transcript, so there's
41.
nothing. There should be no surprises here whatsoever for anybody. Prosecutor knows this. Sergeant knows this. Defense attorney knows this. Brian knows this because he was there. The Chico was there, even though he's not going to be called to testify. Here we go. Now he's reading the transcript,
I'm still reading, sorry.
and now hopefully this will refresh his memory. There we go.
Having read that, does that refresh your memory?
It does.
And it refreshes your memory that at some point Trooper DeGico said, in fact, is it your other legal issues? And Mr. Walsh said, that's one of them.
Yes.
And in fact, while Mr. Walsh said, I'm willing to do anything, that his only request was basically to talk, he wanted to first talk to Tracy Minor, correct?
His lawyer.
Correct.
Was that the first time, Sergeant Schmidt, that you became aware of the fact that Mr. Walsh was represented by counsel?
No.
When did you first learn that he was represented by counsel?
Interesting question.
The interview on the 4th.
He remembers that.
Were you provided contact information on January 4th of 2023 of Mr. Walsh's attorney?
No.
Did you ask for it?
No.
Did you learn about Mr. Walsh being represented by counsel through Mr. Walsh or some other source?
Mr. Walsh.
Okay, so when Mr. Walsh says, hey, I'm represented by an attorney, unless he did not invoke his right to have an attorney present, then sure, they can continue asking questions like, hey, by the way, I have an attorney, is not invocation of your Fifth Amendment right not to incriminate yourself. Remember that. You must say the magic words. I want my lawyer here. I am not going to speak until my lawyer is here. I'm not going to speak without my lawyer present, at which point, they say, where's my present after the lawyer shows up? Old joke, doesn't matter. But seriously, I want my lawyer. The magic words. If you just say like, hey, I have a lawyer or something to that effect, that's not enough to invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Remember that, folks. Write that down. Memorize it. If a cop ever shows up, hey, listen, we just have a few questions. We just want to talk to you real quick. We just have a few questions. You're not being accused. You're not being arrested. We just got a report over here by somebody. Hey, listen, I'm not speaking without my attorney being present. That's it. I'm sorry. I refuse to answer any questions without my attorney. That's it. They must terminate the conversation right then and there. Oh, come on. Only guilty people hire lawyers. Come on, just talk to us, guy. Come on. Never. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel. Never, ever, ever talk to police without an attorney. They are not your friend. They are not there to help you, unless obviously you called them and they are the reason they're there to help you. But if you're on the other side of the coin and somebody called the police on you, never, ever just cooperate. Ever do that. It is dangerous because you don't know what they might do to you. And you may just accidentally say something that you don't even know is related and they'll be like, wait a minute, I never told you that. Put your hands behind your back. Well, now you're under arrest and you're going downtown and you're going to have to come up with bail money, which you may not be able to afford. It is completely unnecessary. Just don't say a single word and trust me, you will be better off. So folks, I hope you all learned something. I hope you all enjoyed this. This is getting really heated. I cannot wait until tomorrow's episode. And until then, folks, I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.